From the Grand Ole Opry House in Nashville, Tennessee, the 23rd Annual Country Music Association Awards. Here's Entertainer of the Year nominee, George Strait.
You've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you need to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. If you're headed down a one-way street and you're not sure it's the way you want to go, in money or love or all the above, have a little more than what you show. When life deals out a surprise, have a few surprises of your own. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, you've got to have an ace in the hole. You've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you need to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. All right. So Mike Daly right here. Honey Hugger. Everybody sing it. Ace in the hole band. Come on. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, you've got to have an ace in the hole.
Your hosts for tonight's CMA Awards, Anne Murray and Kenny Rogers.
What a welcome, thank you.
That was actually the great George Strait. We didn't get a chance to say thank you to him, and we should do that. And I will bet you that every nominee is hoping that he has an ace in the hole tonight.
Well, mine is being here with you, Kenny, in Nashville. It's no secret that I'm not a native to these parts, but you know that every time I come here, I feel like I really belong.
And well, you should. That's because you do belong here, especially on a night like this when everybody's favorite stars are here. Dolly Parton, Randy Travis, Hank Williams Jr., and all the new stars, too. You're not talking too much, are you? Rodney Crowell, Patty Loveless, and lots more who are helping to keep the music fresh and contemporary.
This has really been the big year for country. Record sales are at an all-time high, and everywhere you go, there are more radio stations playing nothing but country. So tonight's awards are more important than ever.
That's right. So let's get right on with the first one. And here are two ladies who are 5-time CMA Award winners and just about the prettiest and most talented mother and daughter in the whole wide world. Ladies and gentlemen, the Judds.
Ever since the day that time began, there's been this thing between a woman and a man. I don't know, but I do believe that starting the God with Adam and Eve. Samson and Delilah had their fling till she cut his hair and clipped his wings. It don't matter how the story's told, the blow stays young, you can't go. Let me tell you about love, about Well, Bonaparte and Josephine, I believe they had a pretty good scene. Till she said, Bonaparte, we're through. And that's when he met his Waterloo. Julie, babe, and Romeo fell in love and stole the show. I know they are history, but there ain't been nothing like you and me. Let me tell you about love, about the moon and stars above. It's what we've all been dreaming of. Let me tell you about love. Let me tell you about love. Oh, let me tell you about love. Yeah.
It's quite an honor to present tonight's very first award.
Well, honey, why don't you read the nominees so I can say the winner?
Yes, ma'am. The nominees for Single of the Year are A Better Man, Clint Black.
I know I'm leaving you, a better man. There was rain that we outlined.
After all this time, Rodney Crowell.
There was pain.
Chiseled in Stone, Vern Gosdin. I'll Leave This World Loving You, Ricky Van Shelton. And I'm No Stranger to the Rain by Keith Whitley.
And the winner is I'm No Stranger to the Rain, Keith Whitley.
The award for Keith Whitley, who died earlier this year. The award will be accepted by his widow, Laurie Morgan.
I've been sacrificed.
You did it. Thank you.
Thank y'all. I appreciate this so much. 5 months ago, on this date, I lost the world's greatest husband. In country music, in my eyes, lost the world's greatest singer. I want to accept this award. I have a few thanks I have to make. I want to thank the CMA. I want to thank Joe Galani and RCA Records for being with Keith for so long. I want to thank his manager, Jack McFadden. And I want to thank Ralph Emery for supporting Keith for so long. I'm saying thank you from Keith's mother, Faye, from his sister, Mary, his brother, Dwight, from myself, Jesse, Keith Whitley, and Morgan Whitley. We thank y'all so much. Thank you.
The 23rd Annual Country Music Association Awards, sponsored by The Good Time, Great Taste of McDonald's, and Kellogg's Raisin Bran, health food for the American family.
If there's one thing a man values more than his own health, it's the health of his family. Kellogg's Raisin Bran is a health food made just for families.
Hello? Oh, no, I'm back at the hotel.
Fiber for health, but with 2 scoops of juicy raisins so that even kids love it.
Jonathan, how you doing?
Are you coming home soon?
The American family is alive and well.
So, what's up?
Just thought we'd have breakfast together.
And eating Kellogg's Raisin Bran.
We were young and she was beautiful. And the time had come to tell her. Amy, you're the one I've searched for. Thought I'd never find. This is tough to say. You're sweet, you're neat, you're hard to be. My parents are moving, and I'm going with them. You're getting left behind. She took it hard, so we went to her favorite little lunch place, though I doubted she could eat. She always could surprise me. Good time, great taste, that's why this was our place. She was my first love, and I knew no one could ever take her place. The good time, great taste of McDonald's.
Which compact van can make the grade over these strips of simulated ice? Chevy Astro, Dodge Caravan, or Ford Aerostar? At 15% grade, the rear-drive Ford loses traction. At 20%, the front-wheel drive Dodge loses traction. But even at 25%, Chevy Astro all-wheel drive makes the grade and leaves yesterday's vans just spinning their wheels. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
Today's truck is Chevrolet.
You are going nowhere.
Will outside interests
man.
mark the end of a beautiful friendship for Jake?
I quit.
And the Fat Man. Then Vinny goes deeper into the mob as battle lines are drawn to a point of no return.
I don't trust them, and you shouldn't trust them.
On Wise Guy, following Jake and the Fat Man, Wednesday.
Get ready for CBS.
Sometimes it's actually harder to introduce someone than you know than it is to introduce someone that you don't know. But quite honestly, anything I say about this lady comes straight from the heart. She has been and continues to be a good friend and probably one of the most talented women in music today. Ladies and gentlemen, Dolly Parton.
Thank you, Kitty. What are you doing way over there? Nice to see all of you. Thank you very much. You know, the Horizon Award is given to an artist or group for extraordinary career development, and tonight we're going to tell you why each of the nominees deserve to win. Now, I'm happy tonight especially because I'm talking about a good friend of mine. I get to talk about Patty Loveless, and I've known her since she was just a little old bitty girl. And when I was working with Porter, she used to come into our office, and she had a bunch of songs, and she said, I want to sing, I want to be a big famous singer, and I want to be a songwriter, so tell me what you think about my songs. And of course, she didn't need our help in any way, but she used to hang around the Grand Ole Opry too and ask me for hints for makeup, but thank the Lord she didn't take them, because she's a pure natural and she don't need nobody's help. How about it for Patty Lovelace?
Let's welcome Hank Williams, Jr.
Okay, the nominees for Duo of the Year are Bailey and the Boys, the Bellamy Brothers, Foster and Lloyd, the Judds, Sweethearts of the Rodeo. The winner is the Judds.
This is the second consecutive vocal duo award for this very popular mother-daughter team.
You're used to those. You got a collection of those.
I know y'all probably are wondering how we feel, like if it's no big deal, but I think as time goes by, we appreciate things more and more every day, and I appreciate it now more than ever because, you know, Mom and I really need the work. So I've just about got the wedding paid off, so. But I just want to thank everybody because music isn't just a living, it's our life. And we look forward to every day because we meet people from all walks of life. And to me, it seems as though country music is better and bigger than ever, and we're proud to be a part of that.
Oh, I guess this is on my mind because you're fixing to hear our own home church choir, and we're so proud of them. Dolly's going to let them sing with her tonight. And a very wise man told me one time that one of the most important scriptures in the Bible is, "And this too shall pass." And I know I use that all the time when things are going wrong, when I'm sad or I have troubles in my life. And I was thinking about that just now in the seat, that I know that this special moment, and I know that that someday it's all going to be gone. So, thank you. It's just wonderful. It's just wonderful.
I should tell you also that Hank Jr. will be back to sing for you a little later. But first, I want to introduce a fellow who grew up in South Central Virginia in a little town, believe it or not, called Grit, and that is true. He was singing gospel music in church when he was only 3 years old, and that must be a good way for a country singer to start, because tonight he is nominated for 4 awards, including Entertainer of the Year. Here is Ricky Van Shelton.
Somewhere there should be for all the world to see, statue of a fool made of stone, the image of hand, and there, just let him stand there all alone. And there on his face, a gold tear should be placed to honor the million tears he's cried, and the hurt in his eyes would show, so everyone would know that concealed is a broken heart inside. So build me a statue, and Lord, build it high, so that all can see
As a Canadian, I've been trying to convince people for years that to sing a country songs, you don't have to come from the backwoods of Tennessee or the Texas Panhandle. Of course, not everybody believes me, but then every now and then, somebody comes along to help me prove my point, like our next two presenters. He's from the backwoods of New Jersey, and she grew up in the vast panhandle known as Connecticut. And they're one of the hottest new acts in country music. Kathy and Michael of Bailey and the Boys.
Michael and I are going to present the award for Album of the Year. And the nominees are...
You've got to have an ace in the hole. A little secret getting up your life.
Beyond the Blue Neon, George Strait.
Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you need to... If we never meet again,
Loving Proof, Ricky Van Shelton.
I'll make promises to change.
Old 8x10, Randy Travis.
Swear I'll rearrange with the circle beyond broken.
Will the Circle Be Unbroken, Volume 2, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
With one touch, you set my heart ablaze.
Willow in the Wind, Kathy Mattea.
And the winner is...
Rip.
Will the Circle Be Unbroken, Volume 2, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band has been together for 23 years, but this is their first CMA award.
This is so fine. Thank you so much. First, we want to thank the CMA, all the folks, all the artists and pickers and songwriters and singers that played on both albums. I got to thank some people by name. Randy Scruggs, who produced the record. I'd like to point out there are 4 guys that played on the entire album that I think deserve some recognition. Randy Scruggs on guitar, Jerry Douglas on dobro, Mark O'Connor on fiddle, and Roy Husky Jr. on bass. We want to thank our manager, Chuck Morris. Want to thank Jimmy Bowen at Universal for believing in this project. And we'd like to dedicate this to Mother Maybelle Carter and her musical legacy. And on behalf of the Dirt Band, we want to thank our families for sticking with us and our fans for all these years. We love you all. God bless you.
Emmylou Harris is a genuine original, and everything she does has her own distinctive stamp on it. And tonight, she's here to tell us about one of this year's unique happenings in country music. Emmylou Harris.
Thank you. When I decided to spend my life making music, it was probably because of all the fun I had singing and playing music in the living room. Well, over the years in the making of records, I think that sometimes we all get a little too technical and try to get things a little too perfect. Maybe we've lost some of the intimacy, and maybe the living room has gone out of the music. But recently, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band asked a bunch of us to join them in a new version of Will the Circle Be Unbroken? And it was the first time in a long time that we all felt the sheer joy of the music and the people around us. And I think we just might be getting that wonderful old feeling back again. So here's the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and Friends.
I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when when I saw the hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home away in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
I said to that undertaker, undertaker, please lie slow. For this lady you are carrying, Lord, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Oh, I follow close behind her, trying to hold up and be brave. But I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. We sang songs of childhood, hymns of faith that made us strong. Ones that Mother Maybelle taught us, hear the angels sang along. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Still to come, Randy Travis, Glenn Campbell, Eddie Arnold, and lots more.
Halloween's coming. What are you going to do about it? Whether you do a little or a lot, be an original this Halloween and find yourself at Hallmark.
Hallmark has a way.
And at participating Hallmark stores, get your hands on the Spooky Sounds tape, full of creepy sounds and Halloween theme songs. $1.95 with any $5 Hallmark purchase. Only at stores listed in Thursday's paper. It's a scream.
Mom, are they ready yet? I'm still working on it.
Rice Krispies treats are so easy to make, they take no time at all.
These things take time.
But they taste so good. Your family will think you slaved over them all afternoon. And if that's what they think, well, what they don't know Won't hurt them. Rice Krispies Treats.
Honey?
Mommy,
You shouldn't have knocked yourself out.
If ground clearance is important in your next pickup, watch this visual test. 2 full-size half-ton 4x4s, Chevy and Ford, try to drive over this protected camera cage. First, the Chevy. Plenty of clearance. But the Ford. Cameras don't lie. When it comes to half-ton ground clearance, nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
The heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
The 23rd Annual Country Music Association Awards will continue.
When gang violence strikes home,
you made the biggest mistake of your life.
Somebody's bound to get hurt, and somebody's got to take a stand. Wolf. Then, on Island Sun, a code of silence.
It's called Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil.
Sometimes it can kill.
He's speeding, Ken. You're talking about destroying a man's reputation, a man's life. My work speaks for itself. In the meantime, he could kill somebody.
Island Sun, following Wolf, Tuesday.
This is CBS.
This year, 10 million people will buy a new car.
Turn the key. Feel free.
And today's sophisticated engines deserve an equally sophisticated fuel. Exxon 93 Supreme. The fuel that lets you concentrate on why you bought the car in the first place.
Turn the key.
Exxon 93 Supreme. Precision equipment for precision engines. Just turn the key.
Hi, Jerry House again from WSIX. You know by now, we're giving away $10,000 cash tomorrow morning, right, Dave?
Uh-huh.
All you have to do is turn on the radio station, right, Dave?
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't you like to turn on, Dave?
Uh-huh.
All you have to do is join us starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning to win $10,000 cash and tag you win. You got to run in your hose.
I'm not wearing any, Jerry.
Tomorrow, $10,000 cash on the new 98 WSIX-FM.
Will the garbage dump end up in Jolton? Details at 10 o'clock.
The 23rd Annual Country Music Association Awards, sponsored by Today's Truck, Chevrolet. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
Ever since Randy Travis sort of appeared out of thin air 3 or 4 years ago, he's been a superstar. He keeps recording one big hit after another, and he's won all the awards in the book. And that's great, but what's even greater is that he's still a very modest and shy country boy. Let me show you what happened last year to this shy country boy.
Folks, you know that this guy is single. And I just want you to know that if I was 20 years younger and I was single, and you like little blondes with the big hair and big ideas, that I would be giving you a run for your money. Randy Travis!
You suppose he's recovered yet? Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Travis.
Hi, Randy.
Oh, no.
I just wanted to come out here and make sure that you didn't need me. You think
well,
you
I
need
might.
Me? You might? I'm not really going to horn in on your part. I just wanted to come out and say hi and just kind of...
Great to see you.
Okay. The devil made me do it.
It's a tough job. The nominees for the Female Vocalist of the Year are Roseanne Cash, Patty Loveless, Kathy Mattea,
I want your love.
Reba McEntire, And Tanya Tucker. And the winner is Kathy Mattea.
This is Kathy Mattea's first CMA Award for Female Vocalist of the Year. She won last year for Best Single.
The perfect match. That's what we are.
Yay, West Virginia. I'm very moved, and I have always tried to do this because I really like the doing of it, even when I couldn't wish my way above number 50 on the charts. And I hope to always do it for that, even when I'm no longer standing up here saying this. I'd like to thank Polygram Records for all of their support for so long, and Bob Titley, my mom, and my dad, and thank you so much.
It's quite a thrill to be able to introduce to you the very first Entertainer of the Year, a man who's had a tremendous influence on almost everyone who ever wanted to sing a country song, myself included. He's been a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame for more than 20 years, but for even longer than that, he's been a kind and gentle man, and he's one of the true giants in country music, Mr. Eddie Arnold.
One of this year's Horizon Award nominees is the wonderful new group called Shenandoah. 5 young men who teamed up a few years ago to create a very unique sound. It's a kind of a country music. They used to call it foot stomping and toe tapping. It's part bluegrass, part rock, part gospel, and part rhythm and blues. But I'm happy to tell you it's all country. And I'm pleased to introduce them so you can see for yourself why they're doing so well. Ladies and gentlemen, Shenandoah.
Mill worker houses lined up in a row. Another southern Sunday's morning glow. Beneath the steeple, all the people have begun shaking hands with the man who grips the gospel gun. While in quiet prayer, the smell of dinner on the ground fills up the morning air. Ain't nothing sweeter around. I can almost hear my mama praying, oh Lord, forgive us when we're down. Another sacred Sunday in the South. Yeah, all right. You'll make it big one day, you'll leave this town. Some other lazy Sunday, you'll back around. All right.
Just before we went on the air tonight, we presented the award for Musician of the Year, and I'm happy to tell you that the winner of that award is the great Johnny Gimble. All of tonight's nominees and winners were selected by the membership of the Country Music Association, publishers, songwriters, disc jockeys, and others in the music business. The secret ballots are tabulated by the accounting firm of Deloitte, Haskins & Sells, and the winners are known only to their representative, Mr. Steve Jackson, and of course to myself. I've known for 2 weeks who won everything. Would you say hello to Steve Jackson, please?
been walking these streets so long, just singing some good old songs. Why, I know every crack in the dirty sidewalks of Broadway. You know, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice guys get washed away like the snow and the rain. Friend, there'll be a load of compromising on any road to your horizon. So why not be where the light is shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. Rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. Yes, and offers coming over the phone. Just like a rhinestone cowboy and cowgirl.
Thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate it. You know, Rhinestone Cowboy was written by a talented fellow by the name of Larry Weiss, and it was named Song of the Year in 1976. And when you look at all the songs that have won the award, you realize how lucky we are to have these great geniuses who put the words and the music and the vice versa together. There are love songs like Always on My Mind, and sad songs like Don't It Make Your Brown Eyes Blue? And of course there are the patriotic songs like God Bless the USA, and contemporary songs like 80s Ladies. Well, tonight we're going to add one more song to that very special roster. The nominees for Song of the Year are
I know I'm leaving you.
A Better Man, Clint Black and Hayden Nicholas.
Oh, there was rain.
After all this time, Rodney Crowell.
There was pain. You don't know about sin.
Chiseled in Stone, Max D. Barnes and Vern Gosdin.
Don't close your eyes.
Don't Close Your Eyes, Bob McDill. 18 Wheels and a Dozen Roses, my buddies Paul Nelson and Gene Nelson. And the winner is, oh, mercy, Max D. Barnes and my buddy Vern Gosdin.
Vern Gosdin and Max D. Barnes have been nominated before for Song of the Year, but this is their first win.
That's great. Well, not in my wildest dreams did I think I'd have one of these. Takes me back immediately to about 25 years ago when I used to drive down to see Ernest Tubbs' bus when it would come to town and hope I could meet the bus driver. And I'm just really nervous up here. I want to thank God, first of all, for blessing me with a lot of things in life that maybe I don't even deserve. And I want to thank the CMA and CBS Records for believing in Vern and doing a wonderful job with him. A great producer, Bob Montgomery. And thank you. And of course, Vern, who would have liked to have been here tonight, but I won't let him out of the trunk of my car. I wanted to accept this by myself. But he's a wonderful singer, and he sung it from the heart. And I would also like to thank my wife, Patsy, for sticking behind me and being with me all the way. November 1st, we'll celebrate a 36-year anniversary. And if she'll have me, I'll have her for another 36 years. And last of all, I'd like to dedicate this to our son, Dwayne, who was killed in an auto accident 14 years ago. This one's for you, son. Thank you.
When Hank Williams Jr. was 16 years old, he wrote his first song. It was called Standing in the Shadows. It was all about coming to terms with being the son of a country music legend. Well, it's still a great song, but today Hank Jr. stands in nobody's shadow. In 1987 and 1988, he was named CMA Entertainer of the Year, and he's nominated for that award again tonight. As far as legends are concerned, history seems to be repeating itself. Here again is Hank Williams Jr.
Give me cloud number 9 until my daddy Hank Jr.'s on the line. Oh, sweet Lord, someday I'll be talking to you. Yeah, I want to speak the man with the man that used to moan the blues. No, I never had a chance to get to know the man the whole world knew as Hank. But I got to know some pretty famous rowdy friends, and they told me he was the king. I remember him singing about a lost highway. I've been down that same road too. The one that made my daddy sing the way he sang the blues. But I can't help but wonder if he was still with us, just what he would think about his little son he called Bocephus and Rockin' Randall Hank. 'Cause I have been since I quit walking in his shoes. These days I've got my own style and my people love them old blues. Living on the road doing one-night shows, yeah, I know about the hard life Mom and Daddy used to go through. Yeah, I sure do. In the sweet by and by, I'm gonna look him in the eye and I'm gonna shake the hand of the man that used to moan the blues. Give me cloud number 9 and tell Hank Sr. that Junior's on the line. Oh, sweet Lord, tell him I got some real good news. Yeah, I'm gonna speak the man with the man that used to moan the blues. 'Cause I've been living out on the road, seeing everything broke, a lot of hearts and a guitar string. Now I know what my poor old happy was going through. I'll be person to person, man to man, from South Alabama to the promised land. I want to speak man to man with the man who used to moan the blues. Person to person and man to man, we come from South Alabama to the promised land. I want to speak man to man with the man who used to moan the blues.
Stay tuned for Roy Clark, Tanya Tucker, Dolly Parton, and more stars.
Hi, everybody. I'm Buck Owens, and oh, my kind of folks. I want to tell you a little bit about Clint Black. You know, he's a nominee for the Horizon Award. I first met Clint, I guess last summer when I was doing a show down in his hometown of Houston. And he's my opening act. Well, as soon as I heard him, I said to myself, I'm going to be real nice to this kid, because it won't be long before I'm going to be opening for him. Well, he's just a kid then. He's still just a kid, but, you know, he used to play country songs on the harmonica. And by the time he was 15, he had his first guitar, and he's playing in a band. And you know, for years I've been saying we need more youngsters that write their own songs like so many of us did. Well, this boy is one of those. He's one of the best. Here's Clint Black.
You were the first thing that I thought of when I thought I drank you off my mind. When I get lost in the liquor, you're the only one I find. If I did the things I ought to, you still would not be mine. So I'll keep a tight grip on the bottle, getting loose and killing time. And this killing time is killing me. Drinking myself blind, thinking I won't see that if I cross that line, they bury me. Well, I just might find I'll be killing time for eternity. I said I just might find I'll be killing time for eternity.
For years, people have been asking me whether I'm a country singer or a pop singer, and I never thought you had to be one or the other, because I like to sing them both, but I learned very early that there's a reason for these labels. They need to find a place to put you in the record stores. Well, I think that's changing a little bit because today, a lot of performers are stretching the boundaries and going in all kinds of new directions. In fact, now, when singers who don't ordinarily work together decide to try it, everybody says, go for it. Last year, the CMA recognized that trend and created a brand new award, the Vocal Event of the Year. To present the 1989 award, here's a man who was a pop star before he became a successful country star, and a preacher's daughter who got her singing career off to a great start by winning the Horizon Award, Billy Joe Royal and Holly Dunn.
Thank you. The nominees for Vocal Event of the Year are Johnny Cash and Hank Williams Jr., Johnny Cash, Roseanne Cash, and the Everly Brothers, John Denver and the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Buck Owens and Ringo Starr, Hank Williams Sr. and Jr.
And the winner is Hank Williams Jr. and Hank Williams Sr.
Well, we know he's here, and I'm sure he says thanks a lot from both of them. Thank you very much.
Welcome,
I know a man, a good friend of mine, and he spends all his time trying to make love work out right. But the woman he loves, she don't feel the same. No. I don't know much about love, but at least I've learned one thing. If it don't come easy, you better let it go. If it don't come easy, it's over.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be able to announce the male vocalist of the year. The nominees are...
She's crazy, believe it.
Rodney Crowell.
If we never meet again,
Ricky Van Shelton.
you got to have an ace in the hole.
George Strait.
My baby, shuffling on the floor.
Randy Travis.
Cigarettes and sawdust, squeaky old, don't close your eyes.
And Keith Whitley. And the winner is... my. Ricky Van Shelton.
This is Ricky Van Shelton's first award for Male Vocalist of the Year. He was last year's Horizon Award winner.
Well, I'd like to say thank you to all the radio stations that play my records, to CBS Records. I appreciate you, Roy, and everybody there. There's too many people to name. The CMA, just everybody that loves country music. You know, you can't do this alone. And I owe this to so many people, there's no way possible I could name them all. I just thank God that He gave me a voice instead of big feet.
It all started in a saloon in San Francisco in 1889. They installed a phonograph with a coin slot up at the top. And every time a customer put a nickel in and held one of the listening tubes to his ear, he heard 2 minutes worth of music. Eventually, it was called a jukebox, and it was very important to the growing popularity of country music. Many people first heard Hank Williams, Eddie Arnold, and Ernest Tubb on a jukebox. And there is one in almost every roadside cafe in America, filled with records to dance to. This year is the 100th anniversary of the jukebox. And even in this high-tech electronic age, it's still with us. And it's still one of our favorite ways to listen to music. One of our terrific country artists has written a song to remind us of what an important and happy part of our lives it is. Here's Michael Martin Murphey.
It had bubbles going round and a big bass sound you could feel right through your feet. Like a beacon in the night with a green and orange light, just a slot machine pounding out the beat. Played silver threads and golden needles, monkeys, turtles, birds, and beetles. Really took a lot of hard knocks. And I met my loving honey and spent all my money feeding that old jukebox. It's been sitting in the corner there 100 years or so, just watching us come and go. Just how many million times it took my nickels and my dimes, I guess I'll never know. Played Betty Lou, Becky Sue, Nadine, Maybelline. I watched the girls that flirted like a fox. And I never will forget her, cause the first time I met her, she was dancing to the old jukebox. Jukebox. Hey, you're the living end. Jukebox. You're my neon friend. Ooh, baby, told me maybe. Gave me out another tune. You may be only a machine, but sweet little 16 loves to dance to at night and noon. Play some itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini, cheating hard and rock around the clock. Cause my baby and me got 1,000 memories wrapped up in that old jukebox. Jukebox. You're the living end. Jukebox. You're my neon friend. Play from Hank and Jerry Lee, Merle, rocking all around the world with George Marshall Allen, Kenny Swing, and Dennis Sinatra, Bing, and Elba King, Aretha, Dolly, and Buddy Holly, and everything that reels and rocks. Oh, you'll always be around, just laying down the sound. We love you, old jukebox. Jukebox. Hey, you're the living end. Jukebox. You're my neon friend. Jukebox. Hey, you're the living end. Jukebox. You're my neon friend.
Stay with us for Ricky Skaggs, Dolly Parton, and coming up next, Crystal Gayle. The 23rd Annual Country Music Association Awards will continue.
Tuesday. This is CBS.
Hi again, Jerry.
More news, more experience, more often. The 23rd Annual Country Music Association Awards, sponsored by Kellogg's Cracklin' Oat Bran. The sweet and crunchy taste means an open box is an empty box. Ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Gayle.
As a singer, I always loved the sound of a great band. And the first time I heard the Desert Rose Band, I thought, now that's really new and different. The band is only 4 years old, but its leader, Chris Hillman, and lead singer Herb Peterson has been friends since they were teenagers in California. In the 60s, Chris was one of the Byrds, and then he co-founded the Flying Burrito Brothers. Now he and the rest of the group are combining a traditional style with a West Coast country sound of the 80s that they love. And the music is old and new at the same time. Here's one of the Horizon Award nominees, the Desert Rose Band.
From my humble point of view, she don't love nobody. Nothing borrowed, nothing blue. She don't love nobody. Behind the green eyes I detect, she don't love nobody. A heart no kiss could resurrect. She don't love nobody. All my life I've been told to hang on tight. There's a girl who'd be my wife, but she's not interested in anything Mama said. I want the girl who does not need. She don't love nobody. She's the one my heart receives. She don't love nobody. She don't love nobody. She don't love nobody.
Good songs keep getting written, and we singers keep singing them. But if the disc jockeys didn't play the records, we'd all have to find some other line of work. Whether you live in a big city or a small town, you know that country radio is everywhere, and we're grateful to all the disc jockeys who keep it in the forefront of American music. October is Country Music Month, and I'd like to announce the gentlemen who were voted the top country disc jockeys of the year. For major markets, the winner is Charlie Morgan, WFMS, Indianapolis, Indiana. For medium markets, it's Bill Dollar, WSOC, Charlotte, North Carolina. And for small markets, the winner is Dr. Sam Falk, WLWI, Montgomery, Alabama. Congratulations, gentlemen, and thank you from all of us. I've known Rodney Crowell since the early 70s when he was trying to get started in this business. He came to Toronto with a suitcase full of original tunes and spent his time making demos with my band. So I wasn't surprised when he became a successful songwriter and producer. Now he's even more successful as a recording star. 5 songs on his latest album have become consecutive #1 records. I always knew you were terrific, Rodney, but that's just plain showing off. Tonight he's nominated for 4 CMA Awards, and right now you're going to see why. Accompanied by Country Music Hall of Fame member Chet Atkins, here's Rodney Crowell.
There were trains, and we outrun them. There were songs, and we outsung them. There were brighter days, never ending. There was time, and we were burning. There were rhymes, and we were learning. There was all the love 2 hearts could hold. And after all this time, you're always on my mind. Hey, I could never let it in, 'cause my heart takes so long to mend the dream that keeps your hopes alive. The lonely night you hold inside. And after all this time, you're always on my mind. I still want you. There was rain that we outlasted. There was pain, but we got past it. There were last goodbyes you left unspoken. There were ways I should have thrilled you. There were days when I could have killed you. You're the only love I ever wanted. And after all this time, you're always on my mind. Hey, I could never let you go. A broken heart that heals so slow could never be for someone new. You're alive and I am too, child. After all this time, you're always on my mind. I still want you. Listen to Chet Atkins. Hey, I could never let you go. A broken heart that heals so slow could never be for someone new. While you're alive and I am too, child. After all this time, you're always on my mind. I still want you. Hey, after all this time, you're always on still love you.
Our next guests are two of the most versatile performers and writers in our business, Lorrie Morgan and Lyle Lovett. Lorrie comes to country music naturally. Her father was a member of the Grand Ole Opry, and Lyle formed his first band in high school with some of his fellow members of the Future Farmers of America. When you see the gorgeous lady on his arm, you'll know why he gave up farming. Here are Lorrie Morgan and Lyle Lovett.
The very first vocal group award went to the wonderful Stoneman family back in 1967, and they set a very high standard for all the groups that have followed them.
The nominees for Vocal Group of the Year are Alabama, the Desert Rose Band, Highway 101, Restless Heart, and Shenandoah.
And the winner is Highway 101.
This is the second year in a row that Highway 101 has been named Vocal Group of the Year.
This is wonderful. I don't think feelings can be expressed in words at a time like this. But on behalf of the guys and myself, I'd like to say that we are so thankful for this wonderful award, and we'd like to thank radio out there, all the wonderful fellows from coast to coast in Radio Land who've been so nice to us. And our Warner Brothers company, our record label, they've been so supportive, and we really do appreciate it. And, well, there's so many people to thank.
I think we got to say real quick a word to our producers, Paul Worley, Ed C., for still believing the bottom line is the music. We thank you guys. To our families who are at home supporting us many nights on many long-distance phone calls, we thank you and we love you. And also, it kind of goes to show you there was a lot of rumors this week, of course, about the awards, and you always hear, well, you may have won, and so we heard that rumor. But then we heard this rumor that we'd broken up, so I guess it proves you can believe half of what you hear.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Country songs and spiritual songs are kind of first cousins, and I guess it's because they both deal with deep personal feelings. I can't think of anyone who can share those feelings with an audience better than Dolly Parton.
Thank you very much. I feel very honored to get to sing this song on the show tonight. And as Mama would say, I hope you get a blessing out of it. The gates and doors were barred and all the windows fastened down. I spent the night in sleeplessness and rose at every sound. Half in hopeless sorrow and half in fear the day would find the soldiers breaking through to drag us all away. And just before the sunrise, I heard something at the wall. The gate began to rattle and a voice began to call. So I hurried to the window, looked down into the street, expecting swords and torches and the sound of soldiers' feet. But there was no one there but Mary, so I went down to let her in.
John stood there beside me as she told me where she'd been. She said they've moved him in the night and none of us knows where. The stone's been rolled away and now his body isn't there. So we both ran toward the garden and John ran on ahead. We found the stone and empty tomb just the way that Mary said. But the winding sheet they wrapped him in was just an empty shell. And how or where they'd taken him was more than I could tell. Oh, but something strange had happened there, just what I did not know. John believed a miracle, but I just turned to go. Circumstance and speculation couldn't lift me very high, 'cause I'd seen them crucify him, and I saw him die. Back inside the house again, the guilt and anguish came, and everything I'd promised him just added to my shame. When at last it came to choices, I denied I knew his name. And even if he was alive, it wouldn't be the same. Then suddenly the air was filled with a strange and sweet perfume. The light that came from everywhere drove shadows from the room. And Jesus stood before me with his arms held open wide. Then I fell down on my knees and I just clung to him and cried. Then he raised me to my feet, and as I looked into his eyes, the love was shining out from him like sunlight from the skies. Guilt and my confusion disappeared in sweet release, and every fear I'd ever had just melted into peace.
More awards, plus Barbara Mandrell, Roy Clark, and Chet Atkins. Stay tuned.
The award for Video of the Year was presented before tonight's show, and I'm pleased to announce that the winner is There's a Tear in My Beer by Hank Williams Jr. And we're going to show you a short clip of it right now.
I'm gonna keep drinking till I can't even think. 'Cause in the last week I ain't slept a wink. There's a tear in my beer, 'cause I'm crying for you, dear. You were on my lonely mind.
Last year was a big one for Kathy Mattea. She walked up on this stage and got herself a CMA for Single of the Year. and she walked down the aisle of a Nashville church and got herself a husband. With all that walking, I'm glad she finds time to keep singing. Please, because tonight she's a winner again. Here's Kathy Mattea.
I used to love him, that ain't no lie. We had a good thing till he said goodbye. And with one touch, you set my heart ablaze. I'm burning old memories with a brand new flame. The perfect match, that's what we are. I'm getting over him underneath the stars. The smoke is clear from the hole he had on me. I'm burning old memories with a brand new flame. One by one, those old embers burn. You came along when I had nowhere to turn. Just when I thought I'd never love again. I'm burning old memories with a brand new flame. When I'm with you, I'm without a doubt. We got a fire I don't ever want put out. And here with you is where I'm gonna stay. Just burning old memories with a brand new flame. One by one, those old embers burn. You came along when I had nowhere to turn. Just when I thought I'd never love again. I'm burning old memories with a brand new flame. Yes, I'm burning old memories with a brand new flame.
The fifth nominee for the Horizon Award is Keith Whitley, a remarkable singer from Kentucky who died this year at the age of 32. When he was only 15, Keith was invited to join the bluegrass group called the Clinch Mountain Boys. And one of the other boys was a fellow Kentuckian who became his very close personal friend, Ricky Skaggs.
Talk about suffering here below, and let's keep following Jesus. Talk about suffering here below, and let's keep loving Jesus. The gospel train is coming. Now don't you want to go and leave this world of sorrow and troubles here below? Oh, can't you hear it, Father? Now don't you want to go and leave this world of sorrow and troubles here below?
Thank you. My friend Keith Whitley liked to call himself an emotional singer, but believe me, that was an understatement. Keith's music was a very personal thing to him. More than once, I'd watch him singing a ballad about a man down on his luck or a busted romance, and I'd see those tears come rolling down his cheeks. I lost my friend to alcoholism, and I pray that because of his death, many will live. I think it's just great that he was nominated for this year's Horizon Award. And I guess the best way to honor Keith is just to let him sing. Here he is, Keith Whitley.
My boss is the boss's son, and that makes for a real long day. When that day is finally done, I'm facing 40,000 cars on the interstate, feeling lower than well digger's shoes, knee deep in a mess of blues. But those blues just fade away when I hear my baby say, it ain't nothing a little bit of love won't fix. It ain't nothing but a scratch a little bit of love can stitch. It ain't nothing a little bit of love can't heal. Your love makes me feel, no matter what hell I deal. It ain't nothing, it ain't nothing. It was written all over her face, she was about to climb the walls. She said, you gotta get me out of this place, 'cause even Cinderella got to go to the ball. If you multiply hell times 3, that's what this day's been like for me. I said, honey, we'll do the town, just don't let it get you down, 'cause it ain't nothing a little bit of love won't fix. It ain't nothing but a scratch a little bit of love can't stitch. It ain't nothing a little bit of love can't heal. Your love makes me feel, no matter what hand life deals. It ain't nothing, it ain't nothing, no, it ain't nothing, it ain't nothing, no, it ain't nothing, well, it ain't nothing, no, it ain't nothing, no, it ain't nothing, it ain't.
Well, you've seen all of the contenders for the 1989 Horizon Award, so let's find out who the winner is. The nominees are Clint Black, the Desert Rose Band, Patty Loveless, Shenandoah, and Keith Whitley. And the winner is Clint Black.
Clint Black joins a roster of Horizon Award winners that includes Ricky Skaggs, the Judds, and Randy Travis.
Maybe I need 2 breaths. This is a real honor. I myself am a fan of Keith's and the others as well. I said, I was standing on this stage right here at the Grand Ole Opry, and I said, this is like stepping into a picture I've been looking at all my life. And now I feel like I've stepped all the way into the picture now. And I have to say thanks to Joe Galante at RCA Records and all your folks there, and Bill Ham. Guy couldn't ask for a better right-arm man. And say hello to Sammy Alfano out there. You did right by me. And see if I can get my footing here. There's a lot of folks out there, the Country Music Association, everybody in radio. There's so many people that are responsible for getting me here, and if only they could be standing up here with me. Might not feel like I'm going to fall down about now. But all the folks back home, all of you out there in radio that helped bring all of us to you there at home and in your cars, driving around. Everybody back home in my hometown and there at Kelso's. I could babble on and on and on, but just many thanks. Many thanks to you all.
Coming up next, the Country Music Hall of Fame and Entertainer of the Year.
Free in every bite. The stars are striking their sexiest poses on Entertainment Tonight.
This is a News Channel 5 update.
Good evening, everyone. There are plenty of angry folks in Jolton who do not like the idea of putting a garbage dump in their neighborhood. We'll have details of their meeting on our late news. We'll also tell you about plans to temporarily dump our garbage in Rutherford County. And we'll have a follow-up report on a family from the Soviet Union that has settled in Middle Tennessee. Now this.
Velveeta Shells and Cheese asks, why play around with the powder when creamy's what you crave? Real Velveeta cheese sauce makes us the smoothest, the creamiest macaroni and cheese around. So why settle for a powder when creamy's what you crave?
The news following the awards. I'll see you then.
23rd Annual Country Music Association Awards, sponsored by Today's Truck, Chevrolet. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. And by the good time, great taste of McDonald's. Please welcome Chet Atkins.
Thank you very much. I was given the privilege of naming a new inductee into the Country Music Hall of Fame, but this year, in the non-performer category, there's a tie. So now I have the double privilege of naming them both. The first is a distinguished executive who left his mark on all facets of the entertainment world when he died in 1980. He was #1 in everything he did. He created Tree Publishing Company and built it into a giant music publishing business. He played a very important and influential role in the careers of dozens of many country superstars. He was the founder of the Country Music Association and helped establish this award show. In fact, he brought the executive producer to town many years ago, didn't he, Irving? So to the Hall of Fame, we're proud to add the name of my dear departed friend, Jack Stapp. The second honoree in the non-performer category has enjoyed a long and successful career as a producer, and he's a very smart business executive also. He produced more than 14,000 television and radio shows like Hometown Jamboree and Gene Autry's Melody Ranch, and they helped country music attain the great popularity it enjoys today. In the process, he has been a valuable mentor, advisor, and manager for some major country artists. He already has a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and this is a replica of the plaque that will go into the Country Music Hall of Fame for Cliffy Stone.
This is the 5th time I made the trip back here for this award, and I really thought that maybe it was just not to be. But so I rented a tuxedo again and got my hair cut and came back and hoped it would happen. And it did. And I want to tell you that all the other trips, they were worth it to get to this one, the top of the mountain here. And I guess I could spend 8 days, like everybody else says, thanking people. I'm going to thank the members of my family who put me here. My wife, Dorothy, my daughter, Linda, my son, Curtis, Stephen, and Jonathan, and now Joe and Carol. I've had a lot of support from Ernie Ford, from Mr. Autry, and from everybody in the business. And I know you all from when you were little kids. And it's nice to see it going so good. I thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, I'm Roy Clark. Well, hello there, Hank. And you'll never know what a great pleasure it is for me personally to add one more gentleman to the Country Music Hall of Fame. Hank Thompson, come up here, Hoss. Yeah.
She knew it all along.
For more than 40 years, this man has been creating and singing some of the finest country music ever made. He's a Texan who has blended Western swing with honky-tonk and added his own great lyrics and has gave us a long string of wonderful songs. And at the same time, he was always eager to help newcomers get started. He was pretty instrumental in my beginning. So he's not only a hero and to millions of fans that love him, but just about everybody in country music loves him too. Hank, buddy, you're in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank you, Ella. Thank you. You know, if this were the Horizon Award, it'd mean that I would have this exciting and rewarding career all ahead of me. But I don't mean to say that this is the end of the line, because I intend to pursue this business that I love and enjoy for a long time to come. And therefore, I consider this award a giant milestone along that pathway. And I appreciate being exalted into the realm of some very distinguished company. I appreciate that. I appreciate the good Lord not only giving me a little talent, but giving me the desire and the incentive to really do something with it. And I've had a lot of help along the way. Many. I would like to acknowledge a select few. Hal Horton, Tex Ritter, Ken Nelson, Billy Gray, Jim Halsey, Dorothy, and Merle Travis, and a very special lady, my personal manager, Dee Dee Bray, who keeps it happening. And most of all, my wife, Ann, whose love and encouragement and companionship make it all worthwhile. And along with all you fans and friends for making this one of the greatest single moments of my life, I want to thank you very, very much.
I know you're everything that I've
look into your eyes and could not ask for more.
So it's only fair to lay it on the line. Hold on, I'm gonna need a little time. And if I ever fall in love again, sometimes when this broken heart can bend, I know it's gonna be with you. You're the one to pull me through, though I don't know when. And if I ever fall in love again, scared, I guess I'm scared to fly. It's such a long way down. And yet, if you just trust in me, I'm sure I'll come around.
And I know when you're hurt, it's hard to let someone inside.
Whoa, whoa.
In your arms I feel I'm ready now to try. Whoa, whoa. If I ever fall in love again, sometimes when this broken heart can mend, I know it's gonna be with you. You're the one to pull me through, though I don't know when. If I ever fall in love again,
I'd be a fool to ever let you go.
you're the best thing in my life, and I know I've gotta take it slow. If I ever fall in love again, if I ever fall in love again,
Still to come, Barbara Mandrell and the 1989 Entertainer of the Year.
Kellogg's Common Sense Oat Bran. To millions of people, it's the oat bran that makes sense.
Hi, hope you join us tonight. Martin Sheen will be here along with Chuck Norris from the famous Teddy Z, Alex Rocco. Patty Davis will be along, and not one, but two kickboxers.
The Country Music Association has been presenting these awards for 23 years. And in all that time, only one lady has been named Entertainer of the Year twice. That didn't surprise me, though, because she has got more talent per square inch than anybody I know. Barbara Mandrell.
Thank you so very much. You know, each of the 5 nominees for Entertainer of the Year has had an enormous impact on country music lovers and already has a very secure place in the music history books. I think the reason is very simple. Each of them is a one-of-a-kind entertainer who is the essence of pure country. Their songs come straight from the heart, and every time we hear them, we respond instantly. In a sense, they're all Entertainers of the Year, and we're lucky to have them. The nominees are Reba McEntire, Ricky Van Shelton, George Strait, Randy Travis, Hank Williams Jr. And the winner is George Strait.
George Strait has been nominated for this award 4 times, but this is his first win.
Let me read that again just to make sure. That's right. Well, first of all, I want to thank the CMA members for voting for me tonight, and I'm so excited. I've wanted this for so long. We've got so many people to thank. Thank you. Whew. I've got a great band. I've been accused of not talking a lot and telling a lot of jokes. And maybe that's true, but I've got a great band, and we go out there and we try to do the best that we can when we're on the stage. And I truly believe that the audiences go away entertained, and I hope they do anyway. I want to thank MCA Records for signing me back a long time ago when they had a lot of big acts on their roster at the time. And instead of sliding me under the stack, they stuck me right on top with the rest of them. I want to thank Herb Woolsey, my manager. There's so many people. My band, Tom Foote, and my wife, Norma. I want to say hi to Bubba at home, George Jr., as he likes to be called now. Thank y'all very much.
Well, we have opened all of the envelopes, so now we know who was, in fact, the best of the best for 1989, and we congratulate all of the winners.
It's been a great night for country music, and we're happy you were here with us for all the excitement. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
The phenomenal success, the torch and twang of country singer K.D. Lang. Her story and more on Saturday Night with Connie Chung. Now stay tuned for your local news.
Tonight at 10:30 on Entertainment Tonight, a look at pin-up centerfolds and photos of your favorite celebrities. Then at 11 on the Pat Sajak Show, meet Alex Rocco of the famous Teddy Z and Chris Lemon of Open House. Following the news that gives you more, next on News Channel 5.
To learn more about country music, the Library of Congress suggests these books: Behind Closed Doors, Talking with the Legends of Country Music by Alana Nash, and Country, The Music and the Musician by the